Hey, grade 8s. If you were looking up here, you would have read that it says quiz today, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you a short lesson, and then there's a little PDF for you to look at. It's got 3 questions. Actually, it's got 4 questions. It's got 3 questions that you need to do, and then 1 optional question, kind of an extending question for our math unit here. We're at the end of volume. We've done kind of all we need to do. But before we write the quiz, I thought I would do a really quick review with you. So, 3 kinds of shapes that we're going to look at. First is rectangular prism. Okay, this is a rectangular prism. There we go. It needs some dimensions. Let's make it up. This might be 10 centimeters, 5 centimeters, I don't know, 20, it's too long. Let's say 12 centimeters, okay? What I need to do is get the area of the face, and it doesn't matter which face I choose. Let's get the area of this one. So the dimensions of this rectangle are 10 by 5. Your area would be base times height. So the base is 10, the height is 5, right? So the area is 50 centimeters squared. Now to get the volume, I take the area of this and multiply by this, the other dimension, the length here. So the volume is going to be 50 times 12. And the volume would be, what is that? 600 centimeters cubed. That's the way you do those, okay? The second kind is going to be the triangular prisms. Could be a right triangle, could be a regular triangle. You're going to need the height and the base of that triangle no matter what. So if I have a triangle that looks like this, and it's in the shape of a prism that looks like this, okay? I need the height of this, right? The height, and let's call this height, I don't know, 10 centimeters. Let's call the base of this 5 centimeters. And then let's call this the length or depth or width, whatever it could be. Let's call that also 10 centimeters, just to make life easy, okay? So, area of a triangle looks like this. Base times height divided by 2. The base is 5 centimeters, the height is 10 centimeters, and I divide that by 2, because you use 2 triangles to get the area of a rectangle, then divide it in half, and you have the area of the triangle. We talked about that a lot way back in the spring, early spring. Okay, so 5 times 10 is 50, divided by 2 is 25 centimeters squared. Now to get the volume, I take that, that's the surface area of this, right? I got the surface area of the front face, the triangle, the square, the circle, whatever it may be. That's the first step. You have to do that in all these. So get the surface area of that, and then multiply it with this other dimension, which happens to be 10. So the volume equals 250 centimeters cubed. Always cubed. I think I wrote cubed on the first one. I hope so. Third example, before you start, it is the cylinder. So a 3-dimensional circular shape like this, right? It could be sideways. I guess I could draw it like this too, right? It's like the shape of a pop can. And I need some dimensions. So I need the radius of this circle, okay? And let's call the radius of this circle, I don't know, 2 centimeters this time, okay? And we'll say the height of this pop can here, the cylinder, maybe the height is 4 centimeters, okay? So the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. Pi, for our purposes, we're going to just use 3.14. You can use the other ones if you want, but I like 3.14, okay? Oops, I'm going to change to black. I think it's easier to see, okay? So area equals 3.14 times the radius, right? The radius is right here, 2 centimeters. And radius squared means radius times radius. I hope that's not off the screen there. So this means radius squared 2 times 2. And then on my calculator, I don't have a calculator here, I'm going to go, I think it's 12.56. Let me grab a calculator. 3.14 times 2 times 2 is 12.56. 12.56 centimeters cubed. Those are the 3 different kinds. Now, if you want to do the 4th example there, now the numbers you're going to get on your quiz when you open up that PDF are going to look a little different. But those are the 3 main examples. The last one, if you want, is a trapezoid. I can't remember what kind of a trapezoid. But remember, for a trapezoid, you need to use this. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. It looks complex, it's not really, okay? So maybe this is 20 centimeters across the bottom, maybe this is 12 across the top, and maybe it's 10 centimeters tall, right? That's a trapezoid. So this is base 1, this is base 2, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter because you're just going to add those together. 12 plus 20 or 20 plus 12, times that by the height and divide by 2. That will give you the area of this trapezoid. Now this is, if this was in prism form, not prison, prism form, then you would just multiply that by the other dimensions. So maybe this is 10 centimeters over here too, right? So the volume would then be whatever this equals times the depth of it. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that example. So one more little bit of instruction for you guys. First of all, nobody came to get some math help today, so that's great. I'm assuming everybody's knowing what they're doing. Remember, we have office hours, Mrs. Olsen and I, and if you need math, help in math or science, or just want to chat, 11 o'clock every school day, Google Meet, Claiborne 8J. If you need help with Mrs. Olsen's subjects, it's 10 o'clock every school day, same place. For this quiz or for any other math work you're doing, if you have a printer, you can print these off. If you don't have a printer, you can work right off the screen. Just have a piece of loose leaf paper and a calculator and just write your work right on that page. Now for this, to turn this in, you can print it off, you can do it, take a picture of it and send it to me, or you don't have to print it off. You could just write 1, 2, 3, but you need to show your work. You need to be showing your steps, you know, the area of that front face, how to get that, and then multiply that to get the volume. So I need to see all your steps and all your thinking process. But just take a picture of it and then send it to me on my Google account, the dale.hoff@learn34.com. Just email it. That's the simplest way. Okay? If you have any questions, same thing, check in with me. Meet up in the Google Meet classroom that we have, the Claiborne 8J, or send me an email or send me a text. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.